Good game. That was a good game. It lived up to the billing. There are things to talk about. Should Sterling have gone down? Were those penalties? Were key chances missed? We will all get down to it, and then we'll all try and figure out just how important or significant was this result, and who gained more from this. Was it Liverpool that gained more from this, or is it City that gained more from this? We're going to talk about that, and we'll have to address that De Bruyne miss, and we're also going to address, was Klopp right in starting Firmino, and was that lineup right as well? Let's get it. But if we now check the Premier League table, I'm just saying, if you just check the Premier League table right now, as of right now, oh, well, Leicester are top. I thought it was a boy. Well, we break it down because we have to have the conversation about De Bruyne, conversation about Sterling, and the conversation about Klopp and his loyalty to your boy Robert Firmino. El Dio is still that freaking dude.
Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H. Double H.
Okay, so obviously I have the guys waiting in the lobby, so I'm just going to do my post-match analysis first, and I will bring the guys in. I'll bring the guys in just to expand the discussion. But let me just get my thoughts out first. This was a good game, a very good game, and I think because when we did the preview, people said, "Oh, Man City, these guys are done. These guys are crap. These guys are no longer in the conversation." But what you saw from Man City was they're ready to say what's up, and they are still quality. And if you think about it, they score that penalty, do they win the game? Maybe, because it was a very close game. Because maybe if they go 2-1 up, Liverpool are much more intensive than they come out. But that was a pivotal moment, and we'll address it. We'll address it. But the first thing is the lineup, and that's formation. So it's funny, like whenever you assume something that you don't really think about happens. Although a few people did say, I think it was Wilton who said, "Oh no, he's going to play Jota and Firmino." I didn't see that. I thought it was either going to be a case of no, he's going to stick to 4-3-3 because he knows that this is the formation that he knows he plays against Man City, and it's going to either be Firmino or Jota. But nope, he found a place for Firmino, and I think he found a place for Jota. And the thing is this, it's worked, because that formation, specifically in the first half, was causing City issues. I think City got better in the second half, but in that first half, Liverpool were finding many breakaways, and El Dio was a problem. El Dio was a problem for Man City for the whole game, but specifically in the first half, City just do not know how to deal with El Dio, because I think whenever he had the ball, his dribbling, his ability on the ball, and just how he was trying to take the game to the defenders and step to the defenders was an issue for Man City. So, but the issue is this. What you now saw is Firmino, this guy is out of form. He's out of form. And you say to yourself that if it was someone else other than Firmino, could it have worked? Or even more so, even if the formation worked, because a player critical to that formation work because he's in the last third and he plays a crucial role in that formation. If he's not playing well, would it have been advisable to go with 4-3-3? What would Liverpool have looked like in that game if they went with their old tried and tested 4-3-3 with Jota, Salah, and El Dio? Who knows? But let's keep it real. Man City looked good. And let's just talk about it. Football is not a game for nice guys. You have to be mean. And you have to have a certain character about you. Raheem Sterling goes down, that's a foul. If he makes sure to go down in the box, the referee has to make a decision. A decision has to be made. And maybe that goes with Sterling, and maybe it's a foul. The fact that Sterling did not go down meant that he didn't force the referee to make a decision. And that allowed the referee to be like, okay, it couldn't have been a foul because you're still going, or I'm playing advantage. So you then now go through and Liverpool then get that penalty because, and look, it was a penalty because again, this is why I preach about Hazard the us and so forth. LDO is a dribbler. LDO is a guy who will try and take the game to the opposition. He's a guy that say, you know what, I want to say what's up to guys. I want to step up to guys. And because he, rather than passing the ball, rather than deferring, because I know I'm going to step up to guys and say what's up, that is what proved to be highly crucial in this game. Because that move led to that penalty. So they scored that penalty, boom. And then look, at that moment, I feared for Man City. I was like, you know what, because the game was so open. Because the game was so open, I was like, if Liverpool gets a second, it's game over. Liverpool get a second, the match is finished. City will not be able to turn the game around. But then City, they slowly found themselves back in the game. They were still playing open. But they found the breakaway. De Bruyne found that pass inside of the pocket. And let's keep it real. That's what I said to people. Trent is great going forward. He's a damn good passer. He's a decent football player. Defensively, he ain't good. And for me, you have to blame Trent for that goal, because Trent, if he was more aware, because for me, the move that Jesus tried to do didn't actually come off, but it just sort of ricocheted and sort of just fortuitously fell into his path. But if Trent was actually far more focused on what he was doing defensively, that doesn't happen. But because Trent just did not really do his job defensively, that allowed your boy to say what's up and just score that goal. So guys, please don't hate on your boy Jesus. I get that people miss penalties. I get it. It happens. Everyone misses a penalty. Nobody is perfect. If Man City end up losing the title by 2 points or 3 points, by 2 points, 3 points, or whatsoever, or by a point, this would be a critical moment in the title race. If it gets down to that. At 1-1, home game, you're 5 points behind this dude. It's early on, but it's 5 points behind this dude. De Bruyne, you have to score that. You have to score that. Because even before I was like, oh, look, he's going to score that. So, and at 2-1, we have a very different game. And I believe at 2-1, I do think that Man City win the game. They either hold on to 2-1 or they make it 3-2. But De Bruyne misses that. And I think the moment he missed that, his game just went under. Because yes, he got a bit of a knock, he got a bit injured, but I think psychologically, mentally, because he knew how much of a flop that was. That was a huge flop. Let's keep it real. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to say anything, but let's keep it real. Your boy, this is what your boy did to it, man. He bricked it. You know. I don't mean to be rude, but he bricked it. Captain, star player, main player, you cannot afford to miss a penalty when it's 1-1 against a team like Liverpool. You cannot afford to do that. You simply cannot afford to do that. But look, man, second half, it was still a very good game. They're both having chances, but City, for me, it's weird. City, I felt, were the better team in the second half. Liverpool were the better team in the first half. City, better team in the second half. They said it was up a lot more. Jesus had an amazing opportunity with that ball from, I think it was Cancelo. But as much as they had chances, Liverpool had chances as well. Liverpool had opportunities as well. And Liverpool could have easily won it. Because the kind of breakaways they had and the kind of transition play they had, if they just played the right pass, they could have easily won this. So this was a very, very close game. This was a very, very close game, man. And did either team deserve to win? No. Because it was that close. Because both guys had really good chances. Who would be more disappointed? Man City. Because Man City are at home. They know how good this team can be. They know what this team did last season, and they had an opportunity to win the game. That penalty was crucial. So if you're Man City, you'd be more pissed off. If you're Pep Guardiola, you'd be pissed off because, like, we should have had this game. We should have had the win. We should have had the dub. We should have had the W, but it didn't go down. But I think, look, man, Klopp made a mistake starting Firmino, and his loyalty could be his downfall with regards to Liverpool being successful this season. Managers have to stop dying on that hill of, no, this is my player, I should feel loyal to him. No, If a player is not playing well, he's simply not playing well. And it is not you showing disloyalty, not playing a player if he's not playing well. Because if he's not playing well, he's simply not playing well. You can just say for Firmino, the passes were not coming through. He was not connecting with the ball. He did nothing in the attack. He did nothing offensively well. He didn't really cause any danger. He didn't contribute anything positive. And I do believe that Firmino being there took away from what Diego Jota could have done. Because this is a team who know and are very well versed in 4-3-3. And I don't understand why you couldn't have just kept the same team as Atalanta, pretty much obviously apart from Matip and so for the same kind of team, and see what a Jota, Mane, Salah front end would have been like. Because 100%, City would always give you space. This game is always a good matchup for Liverpool. Because if you give this Liverpool team space because of how potent Mane and Salah are, Liverpool will always cause City issues. And I just think that Man City's passing game can cause Liverpool issues as well. And their passes they're a very good passing side. But I do think that this matchup favors Liverpool a lot more than Man City. And I think Man City are the team that have to work a lot harder to get the win if Liverpool are really on it. But look, man, I think from Man City's point of view, that's it. When you're dealing at this high level, it's those moments. It is those moments. De Bruyne had to score that penalty. Now, I'm not going to be fake. I said before that if City won or Liverpool won, this would have no bearing on the league because it's far too early. It's far too early. So it doesn't really matter. But my thing, though, is that from a psychological point of view, City now know that, because I don't know when the game at Anfield is, but they now know that going to Anfield at Liverpool, that's tough. What City would have liked is that we hold home court, we beat you at the Etihad. Okay, if you beat us at Anfield, it's cool, but we both hold serve. The fact that they didn't get the win in their house means that it now puts pressure on them that based on where the league is, they now have to go to Anfield because they will go to Anfield in the second half of the season where now these points will now count. See, this is very early on in the season. Second half of the season, it's when you now have to be fully much more focused. So look, man, I said all in all, it was a great game. I think for me, Mane showed why this guy is such a beast. Mane was a beast. I thought Wijnaldum was also pretty good as well. Liverpool's defense held on pretty well. Apart from that mistake that Trent made for Jesus, Liverpool's defense looked pretty good without Van Dijk. And maybe I would have wanted City to cause that Liverpool defense a lot more issues, and I don't think that they did. They had a few openings, but I think they did. Walker, for me, is a semi-break. Kyle Walker is a semi-break, and I'm still not really sold on that dude, man. So, but that's where it is. That's where we stand. So let me bring in the boys in here, man. Let me bring in the boys in here, man. So let me just give myself